for all of us. I'm sure there are people at the Pentagon who are talking about this all day long today, Barbara.
Well, yes. Good evening, Jim. You know, call it an arms race, call it nuclear proliferation. The question for the U.S. military now, the new commander-in-chief, what are his plans for the U.S. nuclear arsenal? Russian President Vladimir Putin vowing today to stay neck and neck with the U.S. if President-elect Donald Trump does seek to expand the U.S. nuclear arsenal after taking office.
If someone accelerates and speeds up the arms race, it will not be us. I would say that we will never, if we are in an arms race, we will never spend too much.
But Putin said he saw nothing new in Trump's tweet Thursday, promising to strengthen and expand the U.S. nuclear arsenal. This morning, Trump went a step further in comments to a morning TV anchor, an alarming statement delivered in a surreal, festive setting.
He told me on the phone, let it be an arms race because we will outmatch them at every pass and outlast them all.
A Trump spokesman later suggesting the president-elect wasn't necessarily talking about Russia alone.
There are countries around the globe right now that are talking about increasing their nuclear capacity. And the United States is not going to sit back and allow that to happen without acting in kind.
Concern now that a new global nuclear arms race could quickly emerge.
If the U.S. and Russia, who each have about 5,000 weapons in their active stockpile, say they need more weapons, well, how about China, who has about 200, 250? Do they need more? What about India? What about Pakistan?
As a candidate, Trump struggled to speak precisely about nuclear weapons.
But if you say to Japan, yes, it's fine, you get nuclear weapons, South Korea, you as well, and Saudi Arabia says we want them too.
Can I be honest with you? It's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen anyway.
And while Trump has talked about the need to modernize the nuclear force, he has not offered specific plans.
The three legs of the triad, though, do you have a priority? Because I want to go to Senator Rubio after that. And
I think to me, nuclear is just the power, the devastation is very important to me.
So what does Vladimir Putin now want from Donald Trump? Well, most experts will tell you he wants U.S. sanctions lifted. The Russian economy is suffering. Oil prices are down. If he has to be nice to Donald Trump to get those sanctions lifted, it's a price he might be willing to pay. Jim?
Let the negotiations begin. Barbara Starr, thank you very much. Let's get back to Congressman Garamendi. Congressman, Donald Trump tweeted yesterday that the U.S. needs to strengthen our nuclear capability. Today, he apparently told Mika Brzezinski over at MSNBC in an off-air conversation, quote, let it be an arms race. You're on the Armed Services Committee. You saw in Barbara Starr's story there pictures of missiles being launched, file pictures of missiles being launched, and Donald Trump hasn't even been sworn into office. What's your reaction to that?
Deep concern. Deep concern here. We're talking about the most destructive things on Earth, nuclear bombs. And we're talking about it in a way that's almost cavalier. They can't do that. This is extremely important aspect of the work of the president. He will shortly after he takes office have to issue the nuclear doctrine for his administration, which specifies what it is he wants to do. Right now, you just can't tweet about things that can destroy every life on Earth. But he's doing that. So, wait a minute. President-elect, step back. Don't go down this road right now. Let's understand very carefully what is at stake here.
Are you telling him not to tweet anymore about nuclear weapons? Or are you saying, it sounds like you're issuing a plea to him to stop doing this?
I am definitely issuing a plea to him. If you want to talk about nuclear weapons, do not do it with a 140-character tweet. This is a very complex situation. We have the START Treaty, the New START Treaty in place, in which the United States is obligated under that treaty to reduce its nuclear weapons by 2018. In fact, we've already been doing that. Now, all of this is going on in the context where Russia and the United States and China are already engaged in a new nuclear arms race, not for more weapons, but for more stealthy, more complex, more accurate, more reliable weapons. It's a $1 trillion enterprise for the United States. We're well into the first quarter of that 25 to 30-year program that's laid out in all of the work that the Pentagon is now doing. New intercontinental ballistic missiles in North Dakota, new submarines out in the ocean, new stealth bombers, new stealth cruise missiles, billions of dollars.
Okay, well, Congressman, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good talking to you, sir. There's more breaking news ahead. Top Israeli officials are seething at President Obama after the U.S. abstains from a United Nations vote condemning Israeli settlement activities. We'll get reaction to the uproar from the president's national security advisor, his deputy national security advisor, Ben Rhodes. He'll join us live from the White House coming up.